In this video, you are going to learn display flex property. So this video is helpful for those who have just started their career in front-end development or web development. Okay, so this property is really going to help you in your future development. And also this is helpful for those who are preparing for the interviews, because lots of question is being nowadays is being asked in display flex. Okay, so that's it for the intro. So our first question is, what is display flex property? It's really easy concept. Okay, it handles rows or column. Basically it handles one dimension. It either handles a row or column. If you want to create any responsive website, by writing very minimum code you can achieve the same. Okay, and also if any element like div or any element which is flexible in nature or which is easily resizable, so you can handle those property using display flex. So we have some properties for flex container, and those are flex direction, flex wrap, flex flow, justify content, align items, and align content. So these are properties you can use in flex container. We have some more properties for flex items, which are order, flex group, flex link, flex basis, align, self, and flex. So we are going to learn each of these properties in our Visual Studio Code. So let's jump into my Visual Studio Code for further explanation of this video. So now you are in my Visual Studio Code, and you can see I have already written some of the code here. I have created this div, container div, where I have given this class name as box, okay, and put some styles on it. Also I have these 6 items as a child div and also given some of the styles on it, correct? So you can see this one. So our first property is flex direction. What flex direction does? So now you can see, right, all the items is adjusted in the single row. But if you want to change the direction, I want to change the direction to column, or some like I want this 6 item to be in the first position. How can I achieve those things? So I can achieve that one using flex direction. So flex direction default value is row, which is horizontal direction. So as you can see, my all the items is now going in the horizontal direction. But if you want to change the direction from horizontal to vertical, you can achieve that thing using flex direction column. Okay. So now my all items gone in the vertical direction. We have some more property, which is row reverse. What row reverse does? Row reverse basically move the last item in the first position. So as you can see, my last item, which is the 6th one, is come in the first position. Okay, same as the row reverse, we have column reverse. So it will work same, but it will be in the vertical direction. So my last item moved to the first, but the direction is vertical, right? So this is the work of flex direction. Now my second property is flex wrap. So default property is no wrap. Okay. So let me just quickly remove the column reverse to row. Okay, so you can see all my 6 items is now adjusted in a single line. What if you want the items go in the next line without getting adjusted in a single line? Okay, that you can achieve using this flex wrap properties. So its default value is no wrap. If you don't provide anything, it will be no wrap. So this is what is applied here. But if I want to just wrap the items and I want in the next line as well, I can simply put this wrap. See, now it's not getting adjusted in a single line. If you have noticed, my item width is also got increased because I have given certain width and height here, right? So this is really helpful property. We have some values here, wrap reverse. Okay, here my items got reverse. 5 and 6 goes in the top and other items goes in the bottom. So this is really helpful. Now our third property is flex flow. So flex property is basically the combination of these two properties. Whatever we have achieved using this flex direction and flex wrap, you can achieve the same using this flex flow. Basically it shortened the style. Okay, save this one. Here you can see this styles got applied. it's now in the row and the wrap is working as it is, as we have seen, right? Okay, so this is the work of flex flow. Our next property is justify content. Justify content basically align the item horizontally. So you can see, right, my all the items as are aligned in the left direction. What if you want our item to align in the middle of the container div? You can easily achieve that one using this justify content. See, my justify content is working now and my item are got aligned in the center. But if you want to align your item in the right side, extreme right side of the screen, you can achieve it using flex end, or you can achieve the same thing using right. See, both the things is working. So flex end and right works same. Okay. Now let me show you one more important value of justify content, which is space around. And what it does, it actually gives the space, equal space to all of the items. Okay, so here you can see it has given some space to all of the items, whatever is present in my single row. Correct. So this is the space around. We have space between, space evenly, all those things. Space between actually don't give space in the left and right. It only gives space in middle of the two box or middle of two flex items. And same as my flex evenly, it actually give the even space to all the items. It works in the left and right and everywhere it works, but it gives the equal space to every item. Okay, so this is the total behavior of justify content. Now our next property is align item. So justify contents actually move the items horizontally, but align items moves the items vertically. Okay, so I'm going to give this align item as center. It actually move all the divs, all the flex items in the center of my box. Correct, vertically you can see it got moved. Likewise, we have flex end, flex start. All these things you can use. Flex start moves the item in the top. Flex end moves the item in the bottom. Okay, so these all properties are for the flex container. Now we are going to see the properties which you can apply in the child in the flex items. So our first property is order. Okay, and for better explanation of flex item properties, I'm going to comment down these two divs. Okay, now we have only 4 divs. So what I'm going to do is I will create 4 class using this flex item class. Okay, I have this item 1 2 3 4, so I'm going to create this 4 class. So what order property does, it actually moves the item in that position. So my item 1 order is 3. So now you can see my item 1 is moved in the third position. Likewise, my item 2 order is 4. So my item 2 moved in the second position. So basically order moved the item in some position, some based on the other items. Okay. So this is the work of order property. Now our next property is flex grow. What flex grow does, it actually grows the item with the available space. So now we have this empty space here, right? But I want this item 1 to grow if there is any available space. Okay, so I have saved this one. Now you can see this empty space is removed and item 1 actually grows a little bit. Okay, so it takes the available space, but if you don't have any space, it won't grow. And our next property is flex shrink. Flex shrink, what it does, it starts the shrink at first if there is no space. So I have put this item 1 as flex shrink as 2, but you won't be able to see any change. But if I just resize this window, okay, as you can see, my first item shrink the most. If I compare this item with others, it is getting shrink the most. You can see the difference, right? This is the work of flex shrink. Okay. Now our next property is flex basis. Flex basis actually gives us default value, default width of any flex item. So I am going to give this flex basis as 200 pixel to our first item. So you can see my first item is the widest in comparison to the others, right? And if I show you in the inspect element, see, it's 208. And why it is 208? Because my border is 4 and 4. So that's why it is 208. So this is the work of flex basis. Now, what if you want to combine these three properties into one? You can do easily using this flex property. So our first value defines the flex grow, second one defines the flex shrink, and third one is nothing but flex basis. Now, my item now in single property I have achieved these three styles: flex grow, flex shrink, and flex basis. In single property we have achieved it. So if I just resize this window and make it little wider, okay, you can see my first item is getting increased. My first item width is getting increased, right? And likewise, if I just squeeze this window or shrink this window, my first item will shrink the most. So this is what we have achieved using this flex. We achieved these three properties in single property, right? Flex grow, flex shrink, and flex basis, right? Now our third property is align self. And what align self does, it actually aligns the item in vertical direction. It moves the item in vertical direction. Okay. So align self. I'm going to put item 1 as align self center. It will move the item 1 in the center of this container div. As you can see, it moved the item in vertical direction and it is in the center of the container div, right? We have some more values here like flex end, flex start, all these things we have. So yeah, you can use this property if you want to move any single item. So that's it for this video. If you come this far, I hope you like the video. If you do so, please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching.